for Equality Award to my friend and inspiration, Elbridge James.
Thank you. Dan told me to keep it short. My wife is at the table telling everybody that it's time to do this. So I will keep it short. I do appreciate this. You know, Dana and I always talk about me forgetting names you might get nervous. And tonight, I don't know if I got one or two names and people didn't help me, so I apologize for that. But I thank those that reminded me. But the reason I didn't forget many names is because I'm in a room with my family. I'm in a room with my friends. I'm in the room with people who are just like me. They want fairness, they want equality. I'm in the room with my neighbors. I'm in the room with folks that get out of trouble for doing the right thing and doing it right. And I appreciate that. I love you all. I love civil rights. I love being in the right place at the right time. I love your advice and your counsel. And I ask you one thing. Help me help others do the right thing. I'm going to tell you a little secret in our community. Sometimes in the neighborhood, black neighborhood, we see folks who say, hey, how you doing, cuz? Because those are our friends. You know, they're not my brother or my sister, but they're my friends. When you see Elbridge James, you may not remember my name. Well, I want you to say, how you doing, cuz? Come on, everybody practice. How you doing, cuz? That's all you got to say. How you doing, cuz? I like another fact. We have ministers who love us. We have politicians that love us. We have children that love us. We need to do our best to let them know that we love them and we appreciate them. So what I'm saying is that I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm transgender, I'm bisexual. Let the world know. Don't keep it to yourself. Be proud. Because what everybody here is, we're American. Nobody can take that away from us. We're American. Thank you.
Our next awardee has made an incredible impact in Annapolis in a very short period of time. Mizeur understands the importance of protecting Maryland's LGBT family. With Equality Maryland's help, she introduced the Equality and Family Coverage Expansion Act, the act which requires health insurance companies to write policies that are inclusive of domestic partner benefits, passed in the House this past April with a 122-18 vote. It's one of the many reasons that Equality Maryland is proud to honor and thank Delegate Heather Mizeur with the Out for Equality Award.
Thank you very much. Looking out into this beautiful, talented crowd of GLBT and straight alliances, I see pioneers of peace, justice, and equality at every table. While I'm extremely grateful to be given the Out for Equality Award this year, I feel no special claim to its honor, for it rightly could have been given to any other person in this room. So I share it with you, and especially with my amazing spouse, Deborah Mizeur, who's most deserving of recognition. In many ways, it's our presence as a couple that creates the most consistent opportunities to knock away the resistance around us. It's just hard for anyone to hate two people who are so obviously deeply in love. Together, Deborah and I take on the Catholic Church each Sunday morning with our presence at Mass and our participation as devout followers of the faith. So surely taking on Annapolis for a mere 90 days is a much smaller task, though no less serious. In the beginning of this term, there surely were double takes of our gorgeous wedding photo proudly displayed in my office for all to see, of my references to my wife in conversations with some of my legislator colleagues, colleagues, and even in Deb's regular presence with me at dinners for legislators and their spouses. But woven through it all was one opportunity after another to win new friends and allies to our cause, using hope, humility, and humor as our guide. I attended the first organizing meeting of the Marriage Protection Caucus with great hope. It would be an understatement to say that some of my colleagues were distressed when I walked into the small meeting and took a chair along my conservative counterparts. It was early in the session, and most of them only knew me as the new lesbian delegate and assumed that I was there to cause mischief. When it was my turn to speak, I offered that as a daughter of parents with a solid, loving marriage, I understood well the importance of promoting and strengthening them. I expressed my interest in being part of a caucus to truly protect marriage if its agenda was to promote family-friendly leave policies, a living wage, more affordable, accessible health care, adoption tax credits, and a host of many other policies that could be seen as truly strengthening our families and marriage. That was my hope for what this caucus could be. However, if it was just going to be a group of legislators unified over preventing some Marylanders from being able to get married, I considered that discrimination and probably wouldn't be the best candidate for membership in their group. Later that day on the House floor, one of the lead organizers of the meeting, a conservative legislator from Howard County, came up to me to tell me how much she appreciated the additional perspective that I brought to that meeting. That if they really did want to protect marriages, perhaps they should think more expansively about what that means. With hope as my guide, I have gained her trust and friendship in the most unlikely of places. Every movement has its villain, and ours for years has been Delegate Don Dwyer. And rightfully so. He has a history of hateful, inflammatory rhetoric and actions against us in our community. One night at a local Annapolis watering hole, my eyes met his across the room. We exchanged an uncomfortable smile. I swallowed my pride and mustered up every ounce of humility I could find, and went over to greet him and suggest that we sit down right then and there and have a drink to get to know each other better. Who are you? Where are you coming from? Why do you believe the way you do? At the end of 2 hours of very honest, probing, engaging, and sometimes difficult conversation, we each left that bar different than the person who had entered it. And as the session progressed, so did our respect and understanding for each other. Now that's not to say Don Dwyer is going to receive an Ally for Equality Award next year. But I was not necessarily trying to change his mind or his positions. I wanted to change his heart. I wanted to encourage him to use less hurtful language and histrionic expressions of his opinion that were harmful to us as a community. I'm proud to say that he came far enough along that he cast a vote in favor of that bill Candace just told you about. A bill to require health insurers to write plans inclusive of domestic partners and their children if the employer requests it. Delegate Dwyer grabbed me on the House floor that night and said that he never imagined in all his life that he would ever be casting this vote, but that our talks all session long had moved him, if ever so slightly.